walking on the clouds. He was coming. I was like, oh my god, no way. Bro. Oh, the fucking hype. The hype. Like, this is the hype bar. Between here and here, this is the hype bar, right? When I saw that scene, we went way past that. We were above and beyond the stratosphere. Oh my goodness, bro. Yo, the dude was coming. Everything was shaking. I mean, granted, it's a cloud. It's kind of weird. It's like the cloud was the ground, and it was shaking like it. Well, it is a sky island, but it's made out of cloud. Whatever. Fuck it. Motherfucker was there. He was there. They're like, Mad Monk Urge, he's coming. There's someone here. They're like, oh, it can't be. And he's being tended to by like these two chicks. I'm like, bro, Mad Monk, he's not rocking game like that. No. He's not rocking any game like that. I refuse to believe that. This dude sucks. He's the worst of the Supernova by far. That being said, though, it don't matter. Because he wasn't the focus. The focus was the motherfucker who was there. He was saying, oh, there's no way. This is the Sky Island. Wrong. The clouds are shaking. Incoming. You see this shit and the hype. Oh, my goodness. I wet myself. I have no shame in admitting that live to everybody on YouTube. No problems. I wet myself when I saw that. Okay? It is what it is. But that being said, let me talk about this episode as a whole. Because I'm going to do a review. It's been some time since the King of Lighting has done a review on a One Piece episode. So without further ado, this is One Piece episode 736 review. If you've not seen the episode, there will be a link in the box below on Crunchyroll as well as One Piece Official. Now that being said, the animation overall was alright. The pacing, which is normally slow as all heaven, was actually not that slow, given the fact that there were so many events occurring in the episode. And the biggest thing here in this episode is clearly story progression. That is obvious. There were a lot of points to cover, so I have a few notes. But the fact of the matter here is that when it comes to the story progression, it helps out the pacing because there were so many things happening for the story in this episode of One Piece. Now let's go step by step into the story progression. So first of all, for story progression, we have Fujitora and the Marines that are with him bowing in front of King Riku. You know, it's full-on prostrating themselves. They full-on prostrate themselves in front of King Riku Company as a means of being truly apologetic for allowing a warlord like Flamingo to destroy the country of Dressrosa. That's what it basically is. And in all honesty, this is just his blind justice coming to the fold, where we as Marines, we fucked up. This is our system, and we have this system to maintain peace, but in reality, it wound up causing this country great grief and sorrow. He also notifies us that he basically allowed the Straw Hats. He put a bet on the Straw Hats that it will be Luffy and company to defeat Flamingo, because he as an admiral couldn't take any action against Flamingo because Flamingo, he is a part of the warlord system and technically they're allies. So in this case, he had to rely on Luffy, a pirate, to deliver justice, true justice upon Flamingo, where he himself couldn't do that. Number 2 for story progression is going to be Akainu talking to the Gorosei. Now, this bit is very, very important in so many ways. And the first way is the fact that Akainu, the fleet admiral, who is the face of the Navy, he himself would lose face if something like what happened with Flamingo, how it was apparently a false report when Flamingo resigned from the Shichibukai, and that was worldwide news. Well, if that happens again, then he would be put in a very bad position. And so he's talking to the Gorosei like, listen, Gorosei, don't pull that shit on me again, all right? I'm the magma dog. I'll fuck you up. However, the Gorosei, don't give us that cheek, boy. Don't you dare. And listen, I have to wonder, because folks, they believe this. Are the Gorosei that powerful? I don't know. Like the guy with the sword, the Gandhi guy with the sword, maybe. Like, there could be some powerful motherfuckers. Like, I'm not too sure, but they really could be. The fact of the matter here is that the Gorosei, they are the highest authority of the world government. However, they reveal that they left this issue up to Cypher Pole, another wing of the world government, if you would. And it looks like, according to Akainu, it was the Tenryubito that commanded the Cypher Pole to do this. But it looks like even though the Gorosei are the highest authority when it comes to the world government, it looks like the Tenryubito are above the Gorosei, and they can command Cypher Pole to act in their stead, even if it would be against the Gorosei's wishes. So the Gorosei, they left it up to Cypher Pole for this matter, but in actuality, Akainu says, no. It was the Celestial Dragons. You let these guys, Cypher Pole, the puppets, the key word there, the puppets of the Celestial Dragons, run all over you. Again, this is the highest authority in the world government, the Gorosei. But apparently, if you have orders from a Celestial Dragon, you can even bypass the Gorosei. Number 3 is something that I think was clearly stated, or at least alluded to, but now it is full on confirmed that Aokiji, he's with Blackbeard. Team Blackbeard. However, it is hard to believe in a lot of respects that Aokiji would truly be teamed up, would truly be an ally of Blackbeard. The 4th thing is going to be news of Doflamingo's defeat spreading across the globe, and how Luffy and Law, the Straw Hat and the Heart Pirate Alliance, they defeated Doflamingo. Now this is a big / small thing, and it's both because you have people who are clearly not significant. We see what's happening to them when it comes to their countries, when it comes to their situations. Those who had dealings with Doflamingo when it comes to weapons, for example, we see this king, and this king, he tells his soldiers to stand down, put up the white flag, because they have no more means of attaining weapons. So you see how this whole war came to an end because the king, he knew that he could no longer get weapons from Doflamingo because he was defeated by Luffy and Law. So it's a small thing because we don't know who these people are. They have no relevance to the story, but it shows you the weight of Flamingo across the globe. And on top of that, you have people who had, let's say, smiled duffel dealings with Flamingo, but because of Luffy and company, because of these meddling kids, they can't get their shit. So now they're pissed at Luffy and Law, and now they're going to probably try and attack them because of their actions against Flamingo. So it's small because these guys are probably irrelevant, but it's kind of big at the same time because Luffy and Law have gained a lot of enemies by simply defeating Flamingo. The next thing is going to be, and this is huge, we got to see what's going on with the Supernova. Not all of the Supernova stuff is actually very relevant at all. So I'm just going to talk about those that are very important. Number 1. Capone Gang, the Fire Tank Pirates, led by Capone Bijou. I can't really say his name properly. I've tried. I honestly have tried. But here's the thing. So he is clearly, Capone and his boys are clearly on Big Mom's ship. And on top of that, they are now trying to capture Caesar Clown. And Caesar Clown is with Sanji and company. Very, very important right there, obviously. Number 2 is going to be Drake. Now, Drake, I hate him. I think he sucks. But what's important here is that Drake, we get confirmation that his father was the one that was killed way back when during the Law Rocinante flashback. And he was killed by Flamingo. Now, the thing here is that even though he has hostilities against Kaido, we see him working with in some way, shape, or form, or working for in some way, shape, or form with Kaido's men, thereby Kaido himself. Oh, whoa, so Drake, what's going on there? We're not too sure, but it's very fascinating. Number 3, this is massive. We get to see what's going on with Hawkins, Kid, Apu, and Killer. Right? They have a particular target when it comes to the Yonko. They are targeting red-haired Shanks. That is their target. That is their target. Shanks, man, Akagami. That, oh boy. Okay, all right. Okay, big news. All right. So it looks like the Supernova, with the exception of Blackbeard, have been getting their hands somewhat involved in all of the Yonko. Even Shanks, Kid, Apu, Hawkins, Killer are gunning for Shanks. They're trying to take the head off of the strongest dude in One Piece, in my personal opinion. And finally, the fourth thing for the fifth point, Mad Monk Uro, how do you say his fucking name? The Mad Monk is chilling on some Sky Island and clearly wounded. I mean, from who the hell knows? He sucks anyway. He's being tended to by honeys, right? And as he's being treated for his wounds, he has some henchmen. High Priest, someone's here. Impossible, no way. There can't be anybody here. Boom, 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 fee, five, oh, fum, nigga, I'm coming. Oh no. Bruh, I ain't saying goddamn thing. I ain't saying shit. And that is the last point of the fifth point when it comes to this part of the story progression. The sixth point is Smoker and Tashigi are taking the kids from Punk Hazard to Vegapunk. And Oda did state on the record that when Vegapunk is fully immersed into the story, we are going to find out a lot when it comes to Devil Fruits. Very, very important dude. Vegapunk has been an extraordinarily important dude for the story of One Piece. And the kids are going there because Caesar Clown, he was the one that modified them to become pseudo-giants, and Vegapunk, being the smarter scientist, he is someone that can figure this out. He is someone that can actually restore these kids to their original stature, probably. And finally, the last point for story progression, absolute justice versus blind justice, in which you have the dialogue between Fujitora and Akainu. Akainu says this: your selfish action dishonored the face of justice. Fujitora then responds, and mind you, Fujitora is an admiral. Akainu, he's rocking all white now. He's rocking all white with the flower. He is Fleet Admiral. He runs the show. He's being talked back to by Fujitora, an admiral. And he says this, and I quote, "If we lose credibility just by admitting fault, we didn't have any in the first place." Fujitora. And now Akainu is really ticked off. You can see the magma eye going. He says, all right, listen, you want to play hardball? Fuck you. You better bring me the head of Luffy and Law. And until you do, you will not be allowed in any naval base. And Fujitora, that's exactly what I wanted. And he's looking serious as fuck, man. He's ready to bring out the gravity waves. He is going to summon 15,000 meteorites. He's gonna rain shit down. He's gonna bring Luffy and Law's head. That's the face he's making. Like, I'm serious. I'm super, super serious. Dun dun dun. No, that OST is good for that. For that part, it was great. So that being said, I am done. So overall, when it comes to this episode of One Piece, this was a very good episode of One Piece. This episode is going to get a rating of a great plus to amazing. That is going to be an 8.75 out of 10, and I'm done. So King Lightning, let me know what you thought about the episode at hand. Of course, rate the video, comment, subscribe. Peace. Have a nice goddamned day.